Alright, YouTube users, this is Nemo Skull just Nemo Skull today. And this is my car. This is a 1986 Chevy Sprint. It became a Geo Metro. It's a Suzuki Swift. And I'm in the process of rebuilding it. So, this is mostly for TeamSwift.net. These are parts that I've taken off. The air cleaner, yeah, that sucks. Battery, 3 tires, my spares at the bottom, belts, the dizzy, and the idle solenoids. This switch is out of spec. It doesn't cycle the fan on. It's a fan switch like it should, so I'll replace that if I can. Tools, timing belt cover, carburetor. Carburetor looks nasty. I will leave that for another day. The valve cover, fairly clean. Exhaust manifold with the sensor. If you have one of these cars, you must get the sensor because it talks to the computer and helps get better gas mileage. Oil pickup tube, haven't cleaned yet. The engine bay. Right now I got these cylinders off, and yes, notice you can rebuild it while in the car. Although truth be told, this motor is not very heavy. Yeah, I have to remove the exhaust, which is there, and I've made a mess. But you get the general idea of what's going on. I am not going to be cleaning this. I'm just going to install new bearings and put it back together. I'm going to be cleaning for another day, because it's quite an extensive cleaning job. And this stupid little sensor I couldn't get off, so I gotta go buy something now. It's like, it's an idiot life for the oil gauge. I want a real oil gauge. My pistons, 1, 2, and 3, or 1, 2, and 3. I don't really know. I just know this one's 2, and these are bad. This one I tested. It's measures 4.6 here, 4.5 here, and I'm sorry, measures 1.46 millimeters here, 1.45 millimeters here, and 1.4 millimeters here. And I haven't found the specs for that yet, but I'm sure that's bad. So I have new bearings, and I have new bearings for the rod. What I don't have is thrust washers, because I had the hardest time finding those. No one seems to know what that is anymore. I mean, a lot of this knowledge is lost. This, number 1. You know what? I'll come back with another video where you can see that better. But there's problems with that. My head, that's as clean as I'm going to get it, because I think a lot of that's corrosion. Note to the wise, don't use Simple Green or any of those magic cleaners, because they're very alkaline and they tend to oxidize the motor. In fact, I already have rust rings on a lot of the parts of the car. Right there, that orange is not paint, that is rust. And here too, again, because of Simple Green cleaner, it does do a wonderful job cleaning, but just be aware that if you leave it soaking, you will have problems. In fact, my pistons, I left them soaking on the top, and you can see a slight discoloration there. You can see where the top is slightly kind of duller gray, and that's as a result of sitting in Simple Green. I don't know what's going to happen, but whatever. And then yeah, this is number 2. This one's always really bad because on this car the EGR valve feeds right back into number 2 cylinder, and so this is the worst one. I actually can't get that off, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. Get some carb cleaner probably. And then on to the rest of my parts. Head bolts, I'm going to be reusing these. Where on the street is, they are reusable. This was 1986, back when people still did this kind of thing, you know, maintain motors and all that. So I don't know, we'll find out. That little valve, I don't know what it does. I'll put it back. This I got is new rubber for the windows. This one has rubber, the passenger does not. I'll have to fit that in later. My exhaust system, as you see, I have a slight exhaust leak. And my muffler. My muffler has trouble, as you can see. I have a slight exhaust leak, and then I love this. I love this patch someone did here. This looks like silicone with something else. some kind of flashing or something, and it's not a bad job, but it's a little late. Anyway, I need a new one of these, or I just might wear earphones. I'm not